mistaken, there was one time where NIP picked T on Inferno when they won the 9th round. Why was that? In 5 seconds. Because the match has started.
Oh, in 5 seconds. First map of the day. They wanted to warm up, go on to the T side instead of the C side because CT side is very passive.
I respect that. Always wondered. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have a fast aggression here in mid from TSM. Karrigan eventually jumping into CP. Oh, taking the frag onto Guardian as well. 3 versus 3 now. As the bomb is still on short for the time being. Karrigan finding another frag, keeping control of CPR, which is going to make it hard for Na'Vi to figure out what's going on. Only Flamey remains now, so he's going to have 3 to find again. He is arguably now the clutch master for this side. But this is too difficult a task, and it will be 1-0 to TSM. Alright. So, let's see if TSM can continue their winning way. So, we've got the AK onto device. Cajun B will pick one up as well. I've got late buys coming in here. Zipnix still yet to... Okay, there we go. MP7 for Zipnix as well. I think it took Cajun B's actually. Cajun B just going to roll with the USPS, Forest style. Alright. So they're heading over towards an A execute, but Zeus has pushed up into Palace. He's almost got 2 frags. Zipnix is heavily tagged. This hold may be very difficult indeed for the TSM players. 2 scouts and a 5-7 to contend with. And there is the first one. Guardian getting a frag onto Cajun B. They still need to plant the bomb due to TSM, and they are running out of players to defend with. Zipnix only has 9 HP, but that's going to be a very important frag indeed. Bomb down again, 1v1, and it's going to be Na'Vi to take it with the AK that Edward picked up. He continues untouched in this round. Perfect health, perfect armor for him. Instant round on the board for Na'Vi. It was a good opportunity for TSM to build up a little lead, but Na'Vi had other ideas. So, 1-1. Na'Vi bringing the FAMASs out to play, and an MP7 of their own on to Seized. So you've got Zipnix gone for the AK. So the force buy coming out for TSM pretty much. 3 pistols, only 2 rifles to come at Na'Vi with in this round. So they're heading over towards the B-bomb site, as you can see. Karrigan keeping an eye on mid, making sure there's no flank. That would be important for information as well. That nade's going to be a little bit meaty. Do some good damage to Cajun B and to Karrigan. Or Seized has to be careful here. If he waits too long, then they could capitalize on his position. The dinks are coming in. The trade's there. Cajun B taking him down. Edward now with the AK. If they picked it up and plant the bomb, this could be really bad for Na'Vi. This could swing back once again. Only 2 Na'Vi players remaining. Jumping through the kitchen into a crossfire as Zeus. Only Flamey now versus 3. And they all have rifles. The trades are real here in the first few rounds of this map. Cajun B and Dupree to hold versus Flamey. And Flamey will go down pretty quickly after those words. So, TSM back in the lead. And if you're wondering where Fifth Laren is, he's just popped off to the facilities and we'll be back shortly. So, now we've got Na'Vi on the force. Guardian with the scout, no armor. Edward, M4, no armor. Zeus, P250 in armor. Joined by Flamey, who will be rocking the Deagle. So if these back and forths continue, we will be in for a good match. Still early days though. C's trying to get into position in time, but he's not going to be there in time. Flashed. There are flashes on the T's as well. 1 frag, team kill coming in there. 3 versus 3. Bomb and sight in control of TSM. We've got flames in the shop. The shop is on fire, people. Ooh. Hit on the chin by the flashbang. And they are trying to retake the site, but it's going to be difficult again. We've got the crossfire coming in for TSM. Only Edward remains now, and he should try and save this M4, as he does lack armor. So he needs to get the hell out of dodge, as they say. So TSM looking to string 2 rounds in a row together now. Make it 3-1. We will see what Na'Vi opt to do. All the forces have been coming out, and he won't save the gun. Very unfortunate for him. Opted for the wrong side of T-spawn there. If he opted for the other side, then he probably would have had enough time to save, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't. So, now we have a proper eco coming out for Na'Vi, as they are running out of cash to keep this barbecue going. full nades here for TSM, and Carrigan still just on a Tech 9. And this may be a safer play than going for the buy against an eco if he's looking to pick up the AWP. Or maybe he just doesn't have the cash. We will find out. So Zeus looking to close the distance, and we have a Palace push as well. The bomb could be in a precarious position. Flamey's teammate has fallen, but let's see if he can do any damage flanking into A slope. Guardian going to find one frag on device, and that's going to leave Dupree in a position where he's got to try and stop that rifle from being picked up, but at the same time he doesn't want to get too isolated and drop a second one depending on where these Navi plays might be. Flamey not going to manage to get a frag onto Cajun B. Guardian falling as well. So far so good for TSM. Only Edward left to try and do some damage. You can see he's hungry for that gun, but Carrigan's picked it up. Again, he was the player with the pistol, so they've actually lost no weapons in this round.
Can't believe you've been talking for 5 rounds straight, James. I didn't get a chance to say a word.
My body is ready.
Yeah, yeah, you seem to be on point for this
Yeah, but
last
because
map.
we've had no breaks in 3 hours, like, I'm really thirsty. I have a can of drink here, but I don't want to like pop the can on the stream. But I might as well do it now for Flaren, since we're talking about it.
Yeah, because you
I'm
said
blaming
it, right?
you started this.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah. That actually, the gas exploded into my eye. Okay, let's get sensible about this. We're casting serious Counter-Strike here. We've got AWPs on both teams at the moment. Again, Bomb is in Palace, looking like an A execute with Device looking to... Sorry, Carrigan looking to take control of Connector. But Guardian has other ideas. Did Flamey spot the player there? Oh, his eyes have been closed permanently by Cajun B. 3 versus 3 now as the T's look to push the site. Bomb is on the floor. One-man advantage for the CTs. Edward can't get around the corner in time.
What did he do? Did he try like a 360?
360 no-scope?
Yeah,
I don't
with
know.
a rifle.
Oh, look at that from Guardian. He knows his angles far too well, even through the smokes. Device. 1 versus 1. AWP versus AWP. He's close with the Tech 9. That's going to be the one tap. And another round on the board for TSM.
Yeah, and Navi on a save once more. I mean, it's looking good so far for TSM. They're winning these two. Like, for example, that one, that clutch round that you just had, Device versus Guardian. Smart play by Device, actually opting to go close. He probably figured out, okay, I might as well not try to take that long distance duel with the AWP versus Guardian, and just try something that he would not expect, and it paid off.
Edward seems to have the habit of going the extra mile in these eco rounds. Opted for the Nova, while his teammates have pistols. Again, Zeus with control of the Palace, and Navi pushing underpass as well. And that's the bomb carrier trying to hold things down here.
For it.
If he gets fragged, that bomb could fall onto the stairs, which would be awkward. But the kill goes the way of C's. He's got the information though, and still a player, and they haven't realized Guardian is in position. He's in the rear with the gear, as you might say in StarCraft. Only 2 remaining, and there's minimal damage done to TSM here. Again, this could have all gone a very different way. So that isn't the case so far. And that shotgun of Edwards is not going to get anything done. Indeed, it's not. So you have to wonder if StarX is looking at things like this. Well, this time he spotted Deagle on armor, and it hasn't worked out for him. This time he spotted Nova, and it hasn't worked out, and so on and so forth.
What, do you think that StarX will punish him after?
Well, it might be.
Or do you think that it's StarX actually calling for Edward to buy this nonsense?
Buy the Nova.
Yeah.
So what's it going to be if in their next match? Buy the SMG. Buy this. Buy that.
Okay, so yeah, it does seem like So Navi called for timeout, which I think
Holy
is
crap.
really important. I mean, it's 6-1 right now.
Yeah. That's a scary scoreline, especially on the CT side. This is Navi we're talking about. This is Navi. This is Mirage and Navi. This is a map that Navi are known for. This is a map where they have highlight reels.
Yeah, but then you see, like as far like as of right now, it's only really Guardian at fragging right now. Flamey with 1 frag so far, and he really hasn't been doing what he's supposed to do, which is to kill people.
Yeah, let's have a look at these players. You can see Zeus having a chat with his teammates there.
Yeah, and you can see there that StarX is talking a lot to his team to explain to them what is going wrong. And
Yeah, he's got a finger
what's
moustache
actually
going on as well. Wow. So what? Wait for Flaren. We've got 2 AWPs and an auto sniper on Navi. They have gone balls to the wall here. Guardian getting the first frag. Edwards playing short. This is actually kind of like a flip side setup when they have Simple and Waldedet both AWPing. They've got one in CPL and CPL connector and one playing short. Very, very strong indeed. Sometimes you see it from Envy as well. Happy on short with the AWP, and now we're seeing it from Guardian and Edwards. Finally, Guardian's shenanigans have been put to a close.
Yeah, and this is a round that Navi really cannot afford to lose, considering how much money they just spent. They went to the bank, they took out their life savings and their parents just to buy all of this equipment.
To get the Manolo shoes.
And the auto sniper.
The Manolos and the auto.
Oh,
I call it the Ric Flair.
Did you miss that?
I saw that.
You did?
I saw that. He has the information as to the whereabouts of one of the Navi players.
This
and
can
has
actually
opted
end.
not to execute.
Yeah, I mean, this can actually end very badly for Navi.
Well, time will tell. And they are never going to look at the bench position. There's the first frag. He may not see C's. He's going to win the duel on C's as well. And this round may fall, just collapse all around. They have to go for a retake with an auto sniper and an M4. That is not a good situation. And because he's seen the whereabouts of the player on the A site, he knows where at least one rotation should come in from. And it's poised to slow it down. So, 2 players in shop. But I was going to say the shop is closed. The shop looks open for business. And now it's Device to try and hold the AWP. That Molotov is money. Flamey's not going to make it. The frag through the wall as well. And that is a superb round from TSM.
And look how that turnaround, just from KGB, not killing the first guy on A. Like, if he wanted to, you can just kill him off. But then I can probably assure you that it will probably not win the round. Just leaving him alone there up on the A bomb site and just walking over towards B, managed to kill both of them as well.
That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the strong team play. Things
oh,
like
this
that.
is exactly what you meant?
That's actually literally what I meant. That exact situation. But here we go. We've got the flashes, we've got the counter flashes, we've got the frags, we've got the trades. But all the trades are going the way of Na'Vi. They have 2. Make that 1 player remaining. They are getting annihilated. They are like meat on a butcher's hook right now.
I was waiting for like a catchphrase.
It's like it's like when Rocky's training and he goes to the butcher's gym and he's just beating on a frozen carcass. That is basically what's happening right now. The boxing gloves are out.
Well, it's looking extremely solid for TSM right now.
This
if
is
they
scary.
if they keep on going like this, we might actually see a landslide of a win here on Mirage.
Have they solved Na'Vi on Mirage? Is that what we are seeing at the moment?
Oh, okay. We're not gonna take this out in advance.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's not over until it's over.
Exactly.
Again, Na'Vi have world-renowned strategos on the T side. The B fakes from T spawn. Even seen teams in Oceania doing it. Not doing it as well, but doing it.
They're trying.
They're trying.
But you can see here they've reached the point now where basically now we can just buy up every round.
Because the loss bonus is so high.
Yeah.
But if they win 1 round and then lose straight afterwards, they'll be in an even worse position.
Yeah. I mean you're so smart.
There's a giant arrow in the middle of the screen.
Yeah. Because what he means is that we're gonna see an E-split here.
Alright, so we've got 3 people in mid for the T's, and it's gonna be Guardians try and hold things down. Trade again, going in favor of the T's, but there's a 2-man spray down. Flamey to try and hold things together here for his team, while his teammates do not necessarily reveal their position. C's still keeping.
How do they always manage?
I literally don't know how he got there. I don't know what to tell you, Robin. I don't know. I just don't know. So how long until, like, will Na'Vi just stay on the site now, or will they just start to rotate to B after a certain amount of time? They seem to have an inkling as to the whereabouts of Device. He has revealed his person. And the bait and crossfire will allow Na'Vi to double their score to all of 2 rounds.
And I will tell you something that not a lot of people know. But they need to win this round.
They need to win this round, because what happens if they lose this round, Flaren?
Well, you explained it actually quite poorly before. But yes, they have no money. So if they lose this, the money bonus resets, and they're gonna be forced to save.
Yep.
Because that's how Counter-Strike works.
That is indeed. And Zeus cannot keep control of Connector. Neither can Guardian. The frags are just coming in round after round here for TSM. Na'Vi, again, as Robin just explained, are going to be in a horrible situation. Seized, left alone, with nothing but a wet blanket and no shelter.
Well,
he's in a horrible place.
Yeah. He can at least make a fire.
If he has a wet blanket, it might be hard for him to make a fire.
Oh. I mean, he doesn't have to put the blanket on fire.
I suppose so, yeah. He could get some twigs, piece of wood.
Yeah, he could do that.
Find some dry wood and...
but yeah, I mean, this is a very
on.
awkward situation for Na'Vi right now. Being on the CT side, we were expecting big things from Guardian. He's still getting some frags, but it's not nowhere near what we expected. And then, again, they basically have no money. They're probably going to have to double save here, and then that's going to put TSM on 11 rounds.
Yeah, this is a monster half for the Danish side so far. An absolute monster half. So, once again, the T's find themselves in control of Connector. The T's will be able to offer limited defense with only a USPS. Flamey's the one with the 5-7, so he could go for the one taps here. And he's on A slope at the moment. Bomb is in B, however, so his gamble has not paid off.
Bomb has been planted.
So, not much to say about this round. Anti-eco, going as it should.
Terrorists win.
Will he pick up the 5-7? Yes, he will. All the edges here for TSM.
Yeah, and just looking at TSM's economy here, even if they lose the 2 consecutive rounds here, they're going to be able to buy anyway. So they're set for the last 3 rounds that they have. Now we did manage to scramble up a buy with no nades, a bunch of bombers.
Literally no nades. Can't remember seeing that. So do we have the world-renowned A execute here on Mirage? From the TSM side, looks like we do. He's trying to hold things down, but again, the trade's coming in. Got 2 kills, however, so they might actually end up with the W here. Device is all that's left versus 3. Bomb is down as well. He's going to have to expose himself should he pick up that bomb. Glad Thorin's not here for that one. And the crossfire's in position here for Na'Vi. So, Device, it's a matter of, well, I was going to say matter of damage, but the crossfire's dead now. So, he has a chance. But he doesn't know the location of the players. And they're going to play together, so if he spots one and looks for a trade fragger elsewhere, maybe a crossfire, maybe in for a surprise. Time ticking down. Bomb has been picked up. We're going to have a meeting of the minds. Maybe a meeting of cold steel as well. He could get a spray down here. There's just about
Look at the timing. Like, I actually thought he would just get slaughtered there when he started peeking up, and Na'Vi did exactly the same at the exact same time.
It's crazy.
It was close.
All on the same page.
But yeah, they still won the round, but again, look at their economy, right? So they're Edward opting to go for a scout.
Look at all the mollies as well for TSM. They don't want to see any sneaky corners here from Na'Vi. Cajun B taking down Guardian straight away. Clawed his face off with a bunch of bullets. Zeus being his aggression not paying off here, and this round is a disaster for Na'Vi. They've taken down 1 player, but they've got 2 people to defend 2 sites with more than 1 minute on the clock. Na'Vi in a bad place on Mirage at the moment. Ooh, that frag could have evened things up there for Na'Vi after Seized takes down Device, pushing the connector position while his teammates in jungle. See what they can do. Zipnik's going for biggest rotation EU. It's 1 versus 2 now, and he may have to turn around. Ah, he's going for Palace. So he will be the last line of defense. If Seized makes his frag, Seized will not make the frag. 11-3, and nobody could have predicted this.
No, I mean, TSM just making it look extremely easy right now. They're just running around, shooting some heads.
16-second rotation.
Yeah, just shooting some heads, and Navi, they don't have an answer for it. Obviously, I mean, they only got 3 rounds so far on their seat side with this 1 round remaining, and they're stuck with pistols.
Right, so Navi will have it all to do in the second half. And can they give them? Can they extend the glimmer of hope that they have with these 3 rounds? Can they make it 4? It's not going to be easy. There's a push again from Zeus into Palace, but it's not going to pay off. Guardian taking down Carrigan, but will he pick up the gun? Edward with the Deeg now. 3 on 3. Can they pick up any rifles? Got the nades coming in. Look at the tags as well. Dupree and Device, both pretty much on 25 HP. These are 1 taps for Edward. And in fact, the whole team, more or less. So, TSM are in a very difficult spot indeed. Oh, Arcadian, so smart. But will we see it? Dupree's in the right position.
Yep,
there it is. Oh, it hasn't gone downstairs, but he's seen the player. That is a big kill there. Now it's only C's versus 2. Managed to pick himself up an AK.
Versus 2. What?
Versus
Which
3.
game are you watching?
I don't even know what day it is. I left here at midnight and I was back at 7 AM. So
you got like 6 hours of sleep.
no. I had to travel back. We had to take Cadian back to his hotel, right? In the biggest.
Why, are you saying that he can't take care of himself?
I wonder sometimes. With the shirts he likes to wear. This is London. These are the filthy streets of London. He might never even make it back to his hotel. But we had a humongous diversion. So yes, they were trying times.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So we reach half time, and Navi know that they're in trouble here.
Yes.
You can see the body language there. You can see Edwards.
Yeah, they're feeling very down right now. Obviously, they had. I don't think I've ever seen them have this poor of a display on their seat inside of Mirage before. Like TSM just made it look so easy, just running around, flanking, even managing to come from behind like several rounds. You know, coming into CT spawn from the window room all the way to B, like winning impossible rounds over and over again. So again, like I understand why Navi's feeling down right now.
TSM are a team who struggled in the first half of the league. They lost a lot of matches that people thought they would have won. You know, they had a lot of nukes in there, which they are really good at, and just didn't manage to necessarily always eke out the win. But in the late stage of the league, they managed to make it to the finals. Whereas
look at Sipnix, he's just casually, you know, surfing Twitter a little bit, checking if he got some DMs.
He's on the Intertubes.
Yeah.
But speaking of Twitter, guys, keep sending Fifth Laren gangster rap music, specifically gangster rap. The worst the better.
The worst is better.
Yeah, man.
When will I ever have time to listen to all of that?
I don't even care, to be honest. I just want people to spam your Twitter
Really?
with rap because I find it amusing.
Do you even know my Twitter name?
Fifth Laren CS?
Okay, you're such a stalker.
Boom.
It's actually kind of creepy.
I know everything about you.
Yeah. Ah, well, that's even creepier. Did Katie?
I suppose that would be. So when are we going to see you in action on the Counter-Strikers across the pond?
I mean, oh, across the pond. I thought you were asking when we're going to make a team and actually compete in the FACEIT League next season.
What, you and I, or just you and?
No, you, yourself and I, and then I actually don't see Dan as a starter. He can like be the water boy or something. And then apparently Thorin plays matchmaking, so we can bring him in as the mastermind.
I would love to know what rank Thorin is.
There was actually a thread up about it, so I'm not sure if actually someone found out.
Can you imagine the flaming he would give people?
To be honest, like if I were to guess what rank Thorin is, I would probably say low, like upper silver, lower gold.
I'd say Gold Nova 3.
Okay, well I don't know well you're the matchmaking god, right? So I don't actually know the ranks that well.
I think he wouldn't do well in matchmaking because Nothing, not much that happens in matchmaking actually makes sense on a.
Oh,
on
so
a-
you think that he overthinks everything, and he's like, okay, if I do this, they're gonna do that, and if I do that, they're gonna do this.
I think
but
he'd
then
be
you have
trying to be
matchmaking.
playing Counter-Strike as opposed to matchmaking.
Oh, okay, so matchmaking
Devil
is
Walks-
not Counter-Strike.
Devil Walk says that matchmaking is like the most difficult Counter-Strike. Like, but it's worse than playing NIP, than playing Envy, than playing anything like counter. Like matchmaking is the hardest Counter-Strike to win. Definitely true at the moment.
Yeah, and we are actually back live. Looks like so. This is the angle that we're working with right now. So we're actually gonna see them going towards the B bomb side here.
Okay, game sound, please. There we go. So we are onto the pistol. Nobody has fallen. This is great. Oh, Zipnix. Is he gonna do the nade? Do it. Do the nade. I want to see
Oh,
bloodbath.
too far.
Too far indeed. So he's completely missed the net on that one. Frags coming in for both sides so far, but it's the T's who are swarming the site. Like bees protecting honey. His yellow players will try to hold down this site, and so far so good. Dupree, the only one left. So again, the that candle of Narvi's, the flame is getting a bit brighter.
It's not
No
over
pun
yet,
intended.
boys.
It's not over yet. So 12-4. TSM have tripled the score of Navi. So it's a long road ahead.
But they can do it.
Yeah, but can they defend against these double scouts of TSM?
Well, I mean, Navi needs to win out for me to get my prediction right.
See, I just win regardless.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
you're done. You won
I
anyway.
said, in fairness, I said clutch score, and it's like 12-4, so it may not happen. We will have to see.
So that means that TSM played a clutch game.
Suppose it does. 2 scouts still in play, but no frags. Just yet. Zeus running around with a sawn off.
Bomb has been planted.
Haven't seen that since NBK was using that for a little while, if I'm not mistaken. They will attempt to save those scouts for another day. Ooh, Carrigan not finding a frag. So that's 1 scout down. Na'Vi in with a chance, and Na'Vi again. They're not just a good CT side; they're a good T side as well. They can execute. We will see if they will, however, if TSM will allow them to.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, like this is something that TSM used to have a problem with, and might still have a problem with, is closing out games.
Terrorists win.
So sure, they might have won last weekend, but who knows?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So let's say you're NIP, and you're beating someone like 12-3, 12-4, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you take a back seat, even if you do it subconsciously? You don't do it as a conscious choice. Do you like take a back seat and not maybe play with all cylinders firing sometimes?
Depends on who you're playing. So if you're playing like a really good team, say we'll just take Fnatic or MB as an example, you would not. You would just play your 110% all the time.
Right, so TSM with a site to defend once again. B-site looking fond on these anti-ecos from Na'Vi. Although this is a war of attrition, C's only 2 HP, and he will survive. That will be important. Zeus needs to pick up a rifle here. He's only got the 5.7, and he is not going to be able to. So that's going to be another 3,000 out of the bank for him. And now the game begins in the second half. Na'Vi have halved the deficit. 12-6. And TSM buying all the way down to the bank. Limited nades again. $150 remaining on each player pretty much.
And you see,
So they've gone for that early aggression in mid.
yeah,
But they haven't, it's not paid off.
they
At
had
all.
to back up when Guardian actually managed to get their first frag there. They did manage to equalize the score though.
Yeah, they got flash as well. So, again, their bomb left in a passive position, as per usual. Not much indication as to where it might go. All the Na'Vi players are more or less in mid. You've got C's in connector, but you've got nobody B halls, nobody in Palace or A slope. So they could go either way. Looks like they want to go towards shorts at the moment, with Edwards maybe trying to get the rotate, and there is the kill onto Dupree, which in fact is forcing TSM over towards A. And that's where Na'Vi are going, through the ladder room, which has other names in different regions. Device and Cajun B heavily tagged at the moment. Zipnix joining them that way. Although, Edward and Zeus don't
Yeah.
have much HP either.
I mean, you see here right away, the bomb isn't even down, but TSM is helping to save, which is smart. I mean, they have no money. 2 on 4, they obviously have no idea how much HP the Navi players have. So it's a good choice here to just try to save their weapons. But there's a lot of time to hunt them down here for them. So
And hunt they will. The Bloodhounds gathering around the B bomb site. The frags are going the way of TSM. And maybe Navi don't want to overextend, although Guardian is hunting for it with the AWP now.
yes,
Sorry, actually
AK.
it's
Zeus has the
Zeus.
AWP.
Thank you very much,
No worries.
Darren. Thank you.
I'm just I'll let you talk and I'll just check what's going on in the game.
You just check my spelling and, you know, put the red marker all over it. Alright, so Navi continues to close the gap. Put TSM on Yiko. TSM with 1 rifle to try and do some damage with. Again, last round they tried to wreck Navi's economy immediately. Didn't work out for them. Will they try some shock or not with Zipnix and his rifle? They've got 3 people doing a conga line on the A bomb site at the moment. You can see Zipnix ready and waiting with his teammate up top. So if a T peeks, he can try and pop in with a 5.7. Again, that is a 1-tap pistol from close range. Now Zeus is at the he's in the underpass at the moment with another teammate in the mid area, so they can go for that A split, but they've still got the options toward B with Caesar running distraction. And with that platform smoke is also something they do when Guardian throws the B fake from T spawn. But that's going to be the information for Device. He's pushed and he's seen that the bomb's there, so we may see the rotation from the CTs, but Caesar is now jumping onto the B bomb site, trying to stop the rotation, but he's looking the wrong way.
That
and
is
Cajun
so
shoots him
dangerous.
straight in the head. Again, that is so dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, so TSM is obviously saving. They had 1 weapon. You don't go towards a B bomb site where you have so many positions to actually hide all by yourself. You just gave Cajun. Yeah, he has 14 HP, but you still gave him a weapon, and it's 2 on 4 now, or 4. Yeah, 2 on 4.
Yeah, so...
And with only 20 seconds left, they're gonna have to get a move on.
Oh, that's a nice play by Edward. Instead of forcing the push to B, jumps into CPL, gets a frag there. So he's trying to make the charge there. He could get a nice upgrade to his gun as well if he can pick up the M4 here. 2 versus 2. They can plant for CT now. He's in that position. Navi might salvage this round yet, but they've got to face the crossfire of TSM Dupree taking down Guardian. Now it's Edward with a Mac 10 versus a 5.7 in the AK. 1v1, and Cajun B's got next to no health. 7 bullets in the magazine for Edward. Gonna have to go to the pistol, but only needs 1 tap. There we go. Goes for the M4 as a backup, but he will try and retrieve the AWP. Not gonna get there in time. That was a desperately round. Desperate. Okay, just never mind. They won the round, Darren. Just about.
They did win the round.
I can't talk anymore.
And
I think you should cast this whole match.
Really?
Yeah.
you're leaving now.
I think you should do it.
I'm not good at this.
All on both sides here. Guardian holding the angle while Edward throws
Whoa.
the...
We're not reporting anyone.
I don't know what Cadian is up to now. Too much energy drinks for him. Alright, so Guardian just going to charge into mid like a boss and take down Carrigan on short, as you do. Cajun B going for a kind of gimmick frag if it comes down to it, but we'll see if Navi choose to take those angles. So Zipnix alone on the B bomb site for the time being. Bomb is in B halls as well.
Did he spot him? He did.
He can come into the flank here, but can Zeus get the trade? He's spraying. He's still spraying, but they're losing all the jewels here. TSM 4 versus 2. After that,
They didn't hit him
initial frag,
once.
That is not a good situation. Flamey, only one left, gets taken down by Device in the trade. And after a great opening there from Guardian, the whole round just fell apart for Navi.
Especially knowing, like, 'cause I think Guardian actually spotted him go to that corner, and then you had 2 Navi players running towards him and did not hit a single bullet, which to me is quite strange.
Yeah, it's well, we'll leave that one there.
But this is the thing is, this could actually work out in Navi's favor since they kept on winning a bunch of rounds now, right? So TSM could probably buy every single round. If they so they lost the previous one. If they win this one, that's gonna put TSM in a very awkward situation.
So we've got Flamey creeping through Palace, just like Tabs Virtus Pro. We've got these interesting smokes on short. They may just go for a charge towards the B bomb site here. Can't see if Connector smokes at the moment. That may be a chink in the armor of Na'Vi. So still all to play for as we hit the minute mark remaining. And Dupree is trying to get a jump on Flamey, but he is going to win that duel. Traded immediately by Carrigan. But Edwards, he's just waiting to get a cheeky frag here onto the jungle area. Again, Zeus in connector. He's up close. He's got a Tech 9. 3 versus 3. Time is ticking though. And Device is going to win that one. So Connector still in control of the CTs for now. Bomb heading through A Palace towards A. And that's going to be that. Guardian versus 3 now. Do they realise what's going on? Oh, just going to miss. Not going to engage. Carrigan will find a frag. And TSM are heading towards a 2-1 victory here. Na'Vi, look at the money. What do they do in this situation? Is there any option to save, or can they go for a force to try and stop TSM getting to 15?
I mean, there's not a lot of teams out there that have the cojones to save and to try and play for the tie. Like, you're often just going to see them just buy what they can and try and win the round.
So they're all in here, basically.
I mean, they can still probably buy the same setup, even if they were to lose this round. But yeah, it's the right thing to do.
Alright, so Na'Vi doing the right thing here. So you can see they've got 4 smokes, which may help them plant a bomb, but then what else will they do? So they're putting down that connector smoke from the B halls area as they head towards the halls themselves. There are various smokes you can do from that position, like the end of the balcony here. That Molotov is going to cause them a world of pain and slow any push. It gives Zipnix the opportunity to take down Flamey as well. So now that candle, the flame in that candle is starting to wane for Na'Vi, as they are still versus a full TSM squad who have not even been touched by a feather in this round. Only Guardian and Edward remaining, so heading towards a situation where they want to try and save the AK of Guardian. There's the first frag, so the bomb plant might be more profitable for them as a team, and there's a second frag for him actually, but he's going to have to try and get the bomb plant down fast. The opportunity will not be there. Device finally cleaning things up here for TSM as they head towards game and match point. Yeah,
and Guardian that round trying to get the guy in the kitchen area as well. Obviously, just trying to even out the score a little bit. If he had gotten that guy down, without him knowing obviously that he actually had one guy flanking him, would have probably given him a better chance of success that round. But
already Carrigan taking down Edwards, and the end is nigh. The end is imminent here for Na'Vi. Only 3 players remaining. 2. Flamey with the oomph. So that's one of the 2 AWPs of TSM down. Device still in position to get his sniper game on. Guardian has a Glock. And that is going to be the end of that. So somewhat potentially a shocking scoreline there, and a difficult game for Na'Vi.
yeah, I mean, what turned out to be 2 very solid maps, Cash and Overpass in terms of score, and very even, just turned out to be a very kind of meh-ish third map. TSM just played a very good good game and a good half on the T side, and just didn't really give any Na'Vi any room to breathe. So well played to them. Obviously, we can again, we were saying before that Na'Vi is probably the better team on Mirage, but TSM showed up and they probably proved us all wrong.
Yeah, so TSM move on in winners as Flamey and the rest of his team head down to the lower part of their bracket. Now we are back with Duffer and Mr. Thorin Shields.
Hello, thank you, James. Welcome back, Thorin. So actually, that was very close to your prediction, Thorin.
I mean, a few less rounds for Na'Vi, but that's the thing. It's such a strong map for Na'Vi. I was expecting they'd at least have more of a battle, you know. Whereas the way this game went here, if I'd have told you that scoreline, you'd be like, oh, I guess TSM started CT side and they got a big roll. No, TSM started T side and got a billion rounds. Like on this map, it's not as bad as it used to be at the end of 2014. It's not like every team that's really good gets 12 CT rounds. You can get more. It's more of like a 9-6, 10-5 map now. But there's no way against a really good Mirage team that you should be able to get 10 or more rounds as T. Yet TSM did. That's what's changed. Like I said, their CT sides are just as reliable as they ever were, but amazingly they did just add in this great T side, which that's obviously like the glib thing to say when someone's awesome on a CT and they're not that good on T side. Like, oh, just work on your T side, guys. But somehow they actually have transformed it.
Yeah, you even said at half. I'm going to quote you here at 12-3 at half time. You said it's game over.
And I even said, you know, like I thought, okay, the guy who can make a difference is it CT. Navi's on CT. Okay, great. Let's get Guardian rolling. Let's get him picking people off. He couldn't really get into that CT half at all. He didn't really have a whole lot of impact at all. No one on Navi was having a strong game, actually.
Yeah, there was a couple of times near the beginning of the second half where I felt like Guardian could have been the changing point, but then no, you're right. It didn't really pull off. Do you agree, guys? Should we have seen Guardian do more in that second half?
We expect him to do more in both halves, but they were shut out of the game by TSM. TSM got so many frags very quickly in that game that they were left at a disadvantage. Hello.
There you go.
Yeah.
Finally.
I mean, I find if you give up a lot of frags early, you're often left at a disadvantage. How does this guy do it, man? He just knows everything about the game.
Mate, I'll sit down with you. We can run through all these different scenarios.
I think we should
I'll
have a
turn you into
show
a beast.
called Head to Head with Black DDK and Thorin, and it's just me and you with like a split screen, like at the beginning of like a Tekken fight or something.
Really
and then
dramatic.
we're just going
lights.
back and forwards on topics like you're like an execution and that, and I'm like that's just glib nonsense, and then we just back and forwards.
So I've got a question for you, Thorin.
Let's do it.
What separated these teams?
Third map. Can't argue with that.
That'll be
The man's got a point.
that'll be the first topic. Actually,
Nailed
was.
it. Job
Actually,
done. See ya.
that's genuinely a good point though. In the third map, it did feel like they were actually way more separate than the first two. Like this didn't seem like the same Navi as we saw in the first two maps. So this really did actually separate them, I think.
I mean,
quite a lot.
TSM's level was good across all three maps. Even the one they lost, it was a close game still. They were very good. In the first two maps, it was like a classic matchup. Both teams were playing really well. They were going backwards and forwards. Like one would have a streak, the other one would have a run of rounds. But in the third game, it was just TSM the whole time. And because they had such a big lead on the first half, that's why even when Navi started to get some rounds there at the end, it was too late at that point. Because CT, TSM on Mirage, there's no way they're going to give up 12 rounds to even get to overtime, you know.
And they're playing smart as well. They were saving, like they didn't need to keep, you know, running down their own economy. They were playing it smart because they had such a good lead at the beginning. So that means that the last match of the day is going to be Elevate versus Navi. Are we going to see anywhere near as close a match as we just saw there? And interestingly, are we going to see Elevate play as well as they did earlier against Navi? Later?
Even though Navi just gave TSM this great run on two maps, maybe they could have even won in two maps from the way it went. I actually have to say that. I think that this is I think Elevate has a chance to possibly win a map in this series. They could upset, just like they could have won a map against Virtus Pro. Of the three good teams that Elevate had to face in this group, potentially, I thought that the one they had to stay away from was TSM, actually. Because with TSM, the thing is, TSM only lose to like tier 1 teams, and even then, it's usually the teams that have like the similar skill level to them. Whereas TSM's man-for-man skill level is just crazy. So I think they would just destroy a team like Elevate, whereas Virtus Pro sometimes tactically have some issues. Guardian sometimes has an off game like that. You can, and also with Navi, you can get them on certain maps, and they're just not as great. Like their best maps are Mirage and Dust 2. So if you can get them away from some of those maps, you have a chance. Get them to something like Cache, Cobblestone. That's not a bad one if you can get them there. I feel like there's maps where Elevate, if they're willing to play them, can at least even it up a bit, and they can have a chance to win a map. I would still pick Navi to win the series.
Yeah, I think that's expected. I think we expect Navi to win, but Elevate, they impressed you earlier, right, Robin? They impressed us all against VP. Would you say they have a chance, maybe?
I think it really comes down to how smart they are with their vetoes.
Yeah.
So obviously, seeing that Elevate actually plays Nuke, since they picked it versus Virtus Pro, will lead Navi into vetoing that map, and then it leaves Cobble actually open. So I don't know if Elevate actually plays Cobble, but you know, just try to play him on an off map.
They played it in that series, remember?
Oh, yeah, they did. Sorry.
In fact, the funny thing is Navi always bans Nuke, so that should be standard.
Yeah.
There. But the thing is, I wonder if Navi will be willing to play Cobble now that they saw that actually Elevate gave VP a pretty close game. And VP is one of the best teams on that map.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. So like both two maps actually, I think, benefits Elevate. So they can probably take one of those maps off of Navi, considering how well they played versus Virtus Pro.
Even if they don't have to, though, even if Navi just says, right, well, let's just ban those two maps and let's see what they're
Well,
like
they
on
can't.
others. Well, if they did, that just puts them in a situation where, I mean, they can pick one of them, obviously. Elevate.
Yeah.
But I mean, that puts Elevate in a situation where, right, they can just use their two bans on maps like this. Like, they could have seen what happened today and go, right, we're not playing on Mirage. Who knows which one they should. Probably Dust 2 they might take away, because if they were strong on it, I think they would have tried to pick it against Virtus Pro. So I could see that being the way it goes. So they could actually, it's not that they have an advantage in the map veto, because Navi's a better team, so Navi should still win. But they could have an advantage in as much as there's an area that they can get to maps they prefer, whereas Navi's almost forced to, like, at least ban Nuke. That's almost for certain, you know.
James, going forward now then, TSM go through to play VP in the next round of this group bracket. I believe that'll be tomorrow. How do you think TSM will be feeling about going up against VP and vice versa?
I think they'll both be fine. I mean, these guys all play each other all the time with all the things going on in Counter-Strike at the moment, so they've got time, a little bit of time to, you know, get some rest, which is one of the most important things here, and a bit of preparation, and again, decide on what the best veto situation is here for the maps ahead. So.
And some bangers and mash as well. There's some bangers and mash out there, which
Really?
is quite nice. Yeah, I know you've been in here the whole time. I thought I would bring that up because I feel bad for you. Like, I think there might be some left, actually. It's being heated.
Oh, there might be some.
I
So
don't
there
know
might
if
be
there
some left, some scraps, you know, like
I
edge
think
of
there
someone's
is.
plate.
And that's
or
exactly
something.
what you're worth, James. Just
The,
the
um,
scraps.
That's fantastic.
No, I think there's at least a sausage.
I don't know what to say to that.
So we went from Virtus Pro to Bangers and Mash. Okay.
Hey, it's better than like the beginning of this match.
Yeah.
What are you referring to?
I can't
I
remember.
don't know what you're talking about.
No.
So we do have an
I
interview.
do not recall.
DDK
sir.
is on
I
the
do
floor
not
with
recall.
the winners.
Make him wait.
I was like,
Make him
how
wait.
do you
Make him wait.
possibly
Okay.
know this?
We'll
Are
get
you
to him
getting
when we get to
different
him.
things
Okay.
Yeah.
in here?
Okay.
There's a sign. DDK has an interview. Go DDK. Hello. Hello.
Hey,
So
that
what
was
do
the
you
winner.
think of that interview? I
Hi
mean,
guys,
very
I'm here with
interesting
Device from
second
TSM
answer,
after
James.
his
Hold on,
win
hold on,
versus
hold on.
Navi.
DDK's
Hi guys, you
talking
just
now.
finished basically winning CCS and breaking through
This
that
is
mental
great.
barrier. So how did you feel going into this tournament?
We didn't get so much practice because we came home at Tuesday and we had some official games, so we didn't get to adjust that much of what errors we did at the CCS. But I think we feel confident because it was our first win and now we're kind of riding the wave, as it seems like.
So how is it to when you're approaching Navi? Because you've had a lot of games recently at Star Series as well. You guys had close matches, but you seem to struggle. So what was it like now, just again going over the hump and managing to take down Navi?
We played against them yesterday actually at Masters and we kind of hit our picks. Yesterday we didn't pick the maps we really wanted and saved it for today, and it was really awesome to see that it actually paid off and it was not just a stupid gamble we did.
Okay, so in winning this match, that means you'll be up against Virtus Pro to be able to go through and be in the playoffs. So approaching Virtus Pro, what are your expectations there?
We have a good matchup against them. We have like really close matches all the time and it's always exciting. I think it's 2-2 or something like that in best of threes at Lance 2015. So the winner is going to decide who's the best of us right now.
All right, well, thank you very much and good luck in your future games.
That's quite a cool premise, right? I like the fact that they're counting how many best of threes they've won against certain teams, and now they feel like this is almost the decider.
Well,
like
the thing
this
is, it's very recently they've played all the time. Like they played at Star Series, and that was the super close win by TSM. But then at Copenhagen Games on Danish home soil, VP won both best of threes. But then at this last tournament, EPL Winter, which is actually where they had Cadian as the stand-in, they managed to win there. So overall, it's been 2-2. And the key thing is, nearly all the maps in these series are like super close. It's been probably one of the best rivalries at the moment because every time they play the same maps, they both like the same sets of maps. It's always really close on all three.
And do you feel like let's go back to the topic that I was actually trying to ask you earlier, James, about VP, and I'll ask you, Robin, as well. How do you think VP are going to go into this next match? Because obviously they struggled today against the team they're not supposed to struggle against, Elevate.
Yeah, but you tend to have that with certain top tier teams where they just underestimate their opponents a little bit. I'm not saying that's the case. I mean, Elevate played good, but they will probably play a lot better tomorrow when they face up against TSM. And I'm gonna say the same with NIP having a bad showing today versus the Australians on those two. They probably thought that it was going to be a landslide there as well, which obviously wasn't the case. So I think both of the matchups tomorrow that we're going to have on the upper bracket in groups, I guess, will be very exciting to watch.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a lot more close games. Yeah, I think we're going to just go to a break very soon, but have you checked if you've had any rap songs yet?
I actually didn't have any time. I figured I might as well wait for the sausage and check it out.
You know the one that they
Gonna wait for the sausage.
Fifth Lauren, you know the rap song they should have sent you? Because in this next series, well, in the one tomorrow rather, when it's VP versus TSM, the one map that they always play is Cash. So obviously someone should send you Wu-Tang Clan, Cream, Cash rules everything around me, Cream.
Well, I mean, someone might have already done that though.
I don't get the reference. I'm not a Wu-Tang Clan.
You're not down with the hood?
I'm not. I do not know the clan.
Not that clan, not the clan.
No.
Clan. I'm not down with them either, by the way. Despite what you might have
What,
heard
the
in
Aryan
release.
Brotherhood?
No, not at all.
Well, what? James.
I mean, for a start.
Have we gone too far? What, only now? Only now?
Yeah. Come on, James. Bit of professionalism, please. A little bit decorum.
This was a
This
bridge.
is professionalism, mate. Yeah.
Bridge too far. Before we go to a break, these guys were speculating as well about your rank. Will you tell us what rank you are?
He's never gonna tell us.
Why
What will it
would I
what will
do
it
that?
take?
Why would I reveal that?
What will it take for you to
What
reveal
would it
your
take? Right, I'd need a horse.
No.
Okay.
No.
We'll see.
Wait. What do you mean a horse? No, never mind.
Okay, yeah.
Break.
You really want to
I
know
have,
that?
I have an
Go.
unholy
We'll see you,
experiment I'd like to
and
perform.
we'll see you